888-9 so we can strategize together.
The place for live music is the Park Tavern. Live music takes over the Park Tavern's dog-friendly patio. Head over on Tuesday, August 19th. It's the Ice Holes. Wednesday, August 20th, it's Ash St. John. And on Thursday, August 21st, it's Tom Hunter. Music runs from 5:30 to 8 p.m. and reservations for groups of 8 or more are recommended. And the Park Tavern offers private and semi-private spaces for small and large groups with no room fees and no minimum spending requirements. On Louisiana Avenue, north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park, outdoor live music is on at the Park Tavern.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Showers and thunderstorms expected today with a high of 84. Then tonight, more rain and storms possible with a low of 67. Grab a tray at Cafe Latte and pick from their award-winning selections of soups, salads, sandwiches, and desserts. Cafe Latte is at Victoria Street and Grand Avenue in St. Paul or at cafelatte.com. Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglind, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks beautiful Bryant Lake Regional Park, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It is a great day here in the Twin Cities, and I am so grateful to be here with you today, and I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. We do have another great show for you today. I'm really excited about this. Joining me in a few minutes will be Natalie Stangler. She is a certified sound practitioner, end-of-life doula, and co-founder of Sanctuary Studio. And she will be sharing the transformative power of sound healing and the vital role doulas play from birth to death. Natalie offers insight into what it means to truly hold space for others during life's most vulnerable moments, and how she and her sister Kat have built a one-of-a-kind wellness studio that supports the entire human life cycle. Natalie will share why more people are turning to holistic healing and doula support during life's biggest transitions. Whether you're a new parent, grieving a loved one, or seeking to reconnect with yourself, her conversation today will leave you feeling inspired, grounded, and more in tune with what matters most. You'll enjoy listening to my conversation today with Natalie Stangler. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text us at 612-999-3426. You can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows. And we look forward to hearing from you. We are adding new listeners to the show each week, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. And we are so grateful for that. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website. And we can also be found on your favorite podcast and streaming services such as iTunes and Spotify. You can also watch our broadcast live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. If you have a question for us today, there's two ways to reach us. First, by calling the AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show engineer, Patrick, will get your call on the air. Our phone number is 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205. Or you can directly text us your question at 612-999-3426. Now, don't worry. If you missed our contact numbers, I'll repeat them throughout the show. All right. I am so excited to welcome my guest for today, Natalie Stangler, certified sound practitioner, end-of-life doula, and co-founder of Sanctuary Studio. welcome to the show, Natalie.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, this is going to be great. I am just so excited to have you here. I had the privilege and honor of being able to be one of your first people at your new studio a few months ago.
Yes.
And that's fantastic. It is very calming. You have all these bowls and instruments all over the place. And so we're going to get into that today. But the audience loves to know and learn a little bit about you. So if you could take a few minutes and just talk about your background and really kind of what inspired you then to go in this direction in life, which is really cool.
Yes, absolutely. So I would say my path to this work has been shaped by both personal healing and profound loss. To back it up a little bit, I am a born and raised Northfield resident and townie, represent. My grandfather actually built the Village Drug in Northfield, which is now Sterling Drug Pharmacy, and he was the town pharmacist. And my father, Bob Stangler, was the owner and operator of the Ole store from 1989 to 2005. So whether I like it or not, entrepreneurship is in my blood.
Yeah.
So along with my sister. And I would say how I became a sound practitioner really had a lot to do with what was happening in my life at the time. In 2016, I was living out in Seattle, Washington. I was working in tech, and I just felt really out of place. It's not necessarily industry I would gravitate towards, but it's something I sort of fell into by circumstances. And I was experiencing a lot of chronic fatigue, anxiety, burnout, and just emotional disconnect. And I was having some health issues, and I'm like, okay, something needs to change. So I went on this self-healing path. I tried acupuncture, I tried naturopathic medicine, I tried yoga, massage therapy, etc. And one day I was at the yoga studio that I was frequenting, and they were offering a sound bath. And I thought, well, I haven't tried that yet. Let's do it.
Right.
And so I signed up for it. And I remember laying down on the yoga mat and just relaxing and having this out of body experience. As soon as I heard the singing bowls playing, it was like I could see myself hovering over my body. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know that being this relaxed was an option in life. I want to do this not only for myself, but I want to share this with my family, my friends, and my community. And so that seed was planted back in 2016. And to take it a step further, it wasn't until years later, after the birth of my second child, that I experienced a wave of grief. I had sudden loss in my family. My grandfather passed away, followed by several other elders in my family back to back. So we are experiencing sleep deprivation as parents of a newborn, along with this period of compound grief and mourning, funeral after funeral. And it was a really, really hard time for both sides of my family. And I felt this clear inner calling that was like, you need to pursue sound healing professionally. And of course, at the time, logically, it did not make sense at all. I had an 8-month-old baby, still working through a lot of loss within the family. But I decided to follow this calling, and I went out to Los Angeles to receive my sound practitioner training. And this was 2 separate weekends that I had to fly out there. So it was definitely commitment, and I'm very grateful for all of my family and the support that I had there. But it was really there that I learned that sound could be a way to alchemize grief and to support others through sound healing. And I will say that one of my most sacred and profound experiences with sound was I was able to give my grandmother a sound bath the night before she passed away. And that experience, to me, affirmed everything that I believe in sound and how it can be a healing bridge between worlds. And so that has set me on a path without even realizing it to become an end-of-life doula. I was dueling before I even really knew that that was an option for me. And I was bringing sound into that experience.
So when you were in Seattle and
Yes.
you were, again, on a career track in tech and You're in your 20s, right? At that time, or
Yes, I think I was about 26.
Okay.
Yes.
So the normal person would say, "Well, a lot of things going for you. You're young, healthy, and yet here you are in your mid-20s experiencing these things that people used to think were kind of something you'd experience down the road." But I think we're seeing a lot of that, and we talked about this before the show started. There's just so many young people, teenagers, 20s, that are really struggling. And I think COVID really pushed people over the edge in many ways. We became even
Absolutely.
more isolated, and I think that's a real problem. And so it's interesting, you at that young age had this experience that really changed the direction of your life. Many people who come on the show have this mid-career where they all of a sudden get a voice. They all of a sudden realize, I'm not going to follow that path anymore. And they go 180 degrees. In fact, I got people that I work with in my company that became a nurse mid-career.
Sure.
They just said, I always wanted to be a nurse, but I never did it, and I'm going to do it. I just love that people, and I'm going to encourage people to listen. You got to follow your heart.
Yes. And I feel like as a society, we are conditioned to do and to act and to not necessarily think and to question why.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't surprise me that there are a lot of young people out there who just feel lost right off the bat. And we have to think of, and it's not blaming, but the generations before have been conditioned and how they are parenting and teaching. And so there is an enormous amount of unlearning that we need to do, and also questioning why do we do things this way? Why are these our family traditions, or why are these, the patterns and the stories that we tell ourselves? And we have to decide that we're going to break free from that in order to follow our personal destiny, our true path.
Right. And it helps to have somebody like you who have gone through that, especially at a young age, to really, again, get you on a track here. I mean, that was almost 10 years ago.
Yes, and it wasn't easy.
No, right. But it can be very encouraging for others to say, no, let's embark on that together.
Absolutely.
All right. Time for a short break, Natalie. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Natalie Stangler. And she is a certified sound practitioner, end-of-life doula, and a co-founder of the Sanctuary Studio in Northfield, Minnesota. And she is sharing today the transformative power of sound healing and the vital role doulas play from birth to death. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
I'm Rachel Schroman, owner of Schroman Law, and I believe you deserve information. Our firm offers free quarterly estate planning seminars at our office in St. Paul. At these seminars, you can learn the basics of estate planning from an attorney to help you determine which estate planning documents will meet your needs and goals in an efficient and cost-effective manner. You can learn more and register at our website, schromenlaw.com/events. That's SCHROMEN law.com/events.
Hey, Francois, why are you sitting on the sidewalk on Snelling Avenue?
Salut Laura, j'attends.
What are you waiting for?
Au State Fair.
But the state fair doesn't start until August 21st.
Ouais, mais j'ai hâte de manger les macarons de Nicolette.
Oh, you can't wait for Nicholas macaroons. What flavors do they have this year?
Cotton candy, root beer float, sweet corn, and mini donuts.
Oh, and Nicolette's vintage truck will be at the West End Market, right?
Oui,
Oh, well, I'll be right back when it opens. Hold the spot in line.
vivement le State Fair.
Minnesota State Fair.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Rest. Did you know that August is Pet Appreciation Month? Zero Rest doesn't use harsh soaps or chemicals, so it's safe for all your furry friends. If you have a pet like I do, you know they like to leave little bits of themselves around the house, whether that's fur or dander or worse, and you need to call my cleaning heroes at Zero Rest to help get your house back in shape. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, every surface in your home can be Zero Resified. So if it's been months since your last deep clean, it's time to give the pros at Zero Res a call. Right now, you can get your entire home Zero Resified from Minnesota's ultimate carpet cleaner. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $124. Take 15% off pet odor treatments and $50 off an air duct cleaning when you book with Zero Res today. Call 9520-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com and ask for the AM 950 special. Backward or forward spells the same. Zero Res.
Hi, I'm Peter Solak.
And I'm Adam Ostrowski.
We are here at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces to talk about the joy of live fire cooking. Cooking over a live fire is the oldest and most basic form of cooking.
What's new is in the way fire is handled and its heat is managed.
It's easier to experience and enjoy the smell and taste of food cooked over a live fire.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces sells and installs live fire grills, fire pits, and ovens. Let us help you experience the smell, the taste, the fun of cooking with fire.
Pizza was first made and is still best made in an open fire oven. The radiant and conductive heat of a live fire is unmatched for wood roasting and baking artisan breads too.
Come see the many ways you can cook over a live fire.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces has over 35 working wood and gas units on display at the corner of East Franklin and Riverside Avenue in Minneapolis. More information at woodlandstoves.com. Find the fire that works for you. Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, out of the ordinary products and services since 1977.
Welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Natalie Stangler. She is a certified sound practitioner. She's also an end-of-life doula, and she's also the co-founder of Sanctuary Studio in Northfield, Minnesota. And she is sharing today with us the transformative power of sound healing and the vital role doulas play from birth to death. So Natalie, one of the things people always ask me after the show's done, well, how do I get a hold of Natalie? And so I try to make sure every time we have a break here, when we come back, we just give people some direction on how they can get a hold of you. If they have questions, want more information, want to set up a time with you, enroll in one of your classes, what's the best way to do that?
Absolutely. So my website is wonderstatestudio.com, and that will list the upcoming events, information about the services that I offer, and where we are located. The studio that my sister and I work out of and that I co-found is Sanctuary Studio in Northfield, and we are located at 110 7th Street West in Northfield, right off of Division Street. We share a building with Nevea Salon. So it's a very beautiful retreat space for all types of self-care. And you can also email me at wonderstate.studio@gmail.com is another way to connect.
Yes. And we'll give that information out after each break, folks. So don't worry if you missed it. Now, I've had the honor of being there at your studio, and it is very relaxing. You've done a beautiful job down there. Again, Northfield, people think, oh, Northfield's it's a long ways away from the Twin Cities. No, it's really not. I mean, you drove up here from Northfield.
It's not far.
It's not far. No, and it's worth it. It's really worth it. It's first of all, you've got Natalie here, who is just an amazing person, and she is so passionate about what she does. So I would encourage people to check that out. All right. Well, let's talk about the services. I think until I met you, and again, first of all, thank you for being a volunteer with our hospice program.
Absolutely.
That is wonderful, and we just really appreciate your support. But I had never heard of a sound bath. I mean, right away when I hear the word bath, I'm thinking tub, or I'm thinking water, and it is the furthest thing away from water in a sense. I mean, it's you're laying on a yoga mat, and you got your eyes closed, and maybe you've got eye covering on, and all of a sudden you start having these bowls sing to us, and it just puts you in such a relaxed state.
Yes.
So tell us, you got to give us some background here on what is sound bath. What is a sound bath?
Yes, I want to find my question here regarding common misconceptions about sound baths, because I do think that it is very silly. So I remember when Kat and I were moving into the studio in early spring, our landlord asked us if we were going to be bringing in tubs full of water. And I said, no, think more along the lines of bathing in sound waves. And because my sister is a prenatal and birth doula, he was wondering if we were turning the space into a birthing center. And so we were like, no, but thanks for double checking with us. So sound healing is sound baths and sound healing. That's one of the services that I offer at the studio, one of the main services. And sound healing is really an ancient practice that has been used for thousands of years across cultures. And a sound bath is a specific type of sound healing. And there's many, different modalities and varieties and modern influences with that. But essentially, it is a full body listening experience. It's an immersive experience where you can really calm down the mind, become one with the body, and bring in your spirit, intuition, whatever it is that you'd like to call in on that journey. And we're really focusing on intention. So when you bring sound and intention together, it's a very powerful experience. And just as we were talking about during the commercial break, everything is vibration, everything is energy.
Yep.
And so when you are coming into a sound bath, when you're coming into the studio to attend a sound bath, you're coming in with your own unique vibration, your own energy. Maybe you're feeling really anxious and you're emanating, stronger waves of just energy, and you need to ground that down and to relax. So what happens is I will start playing the singing bowls or the different instruments that I have, and the goal is to get the participants to be in a relaxed state, almost like they're about to fall asleep, but just on the edge of being conscious.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what happens is we're altering the brainwave. So you're going from that really active beta brainwave state where you're listening to the radio right now. You are in a beta frequency. You're paying attention, you're listening, you're learning. And we want to take it a few steps down to go into more of that theta delta waves, where you are almost in that dream state, very relaxed. And in that dream state is when the deep healing can really happen, when your body is fully relaxed, when you are not letting the mental chatter take over your life, and you can just surrender to the sound. And there doesn't need to be a conversation that happens, it's listening and just experiencing.
Yeah. So I think it's a parasympathetic.
Yes, it is.
So I don't think people understand sometimes.
And I tend to not mention that because it can go over people's heads, but absolutely, it's going from that fight or flight mode to that rest and digest mode.
I think it's so important because everybody's got AirPods in or they got headphones on. I mean, it's almost like people are unable to or are afraid to be still.
Absolutely.
And yet that's when healing occurs. That's when you can think straight. It's like we're almost addicted to being distracted all the time.
Yes.
And we got devices and we got watches and phones and like you say, it's a fast-paced world. And I think that maybe has contributed to some of the things we're seeing with our younger generations. They're just so unhappy and they're lost, and yet they're all connected socially, social media, but yet they're all, 60% of them say they're lonely.
Yes.
And we've learned in hospice, and you may know this as well, isolation, loneliness, and boredom is what kills people.
Yes.
I mean, it's horrible. It's the worst torture we've devised, is put people in isolation, right?
Yes.
And we kind of self-do that. So anyway, we're going to talk more about the services that you provide here on the next break. It's time for a short break, folks. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Natalie Stangler. She is an amazing, amazing practitioner, and she is certified in sound practitioner. She's an end-of-life doula and a co-founder of Sanctuary Studio in Northfield, Minnesota. And she's sharing the transformative power of sound healing and the role doulas play from birth to death. If you have a question for Natalie, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 888-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Located just north of 50th in France, the Great Wall Restaurant has provided a delicious taste of authentic Chinese cuisine since 1981. Specializing in Szechuan and Peking dishes, they offer one of the most extensive menus in the Twin Cities. Favorites include hot and sour soup, pan-fried dumplings, and mushu pork with homemade Chinese pancakes. Stop by their Edina location or call for takeout at 952-927-4439. See the full menu at greatwallrestaurant.us.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The easy all-in-one plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus many extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Overwhelmed trying to make sense of Medicare? As a licensed advisor, I can help you determine your healthcare needs and evaluate your options. I'm Harvey Pearl of Pearl & Company, and I want you to have the peace of mind knowing you have the best coverage available. You deserve an advocate you can trust and coverage you can rely on. And there's no fee, ever. Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. Find me at pearlsofwisdom.com. That's PERLES of wisdom.com. So we can strategize together.
When was the last time you had your roof inspected for extreme weather and hail damage? This is Chad, owner of AM 950, to talk about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If you've noticed new roofing projects in your neighborhood, your home was likely hit by hail last summer and experienced damage. Snap Construction is helping homeowners like you, and they're the roofing specialists I trust. They are the most well-reviewed contractor in the Twin Cities and have a ton of positive customer reviews from homeowners just like you. Even better, Snap Construction's installations are backed by a lifetime warranty, so you know you're dealing with a qualified roofing expert. You want to work with a company that will be here for a long time after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims and will help you through the process. Do yourself a favor and get a free roofing inspection so you have the facts and peace of mind you deserve. Call Snap Construction today at 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP. Or visit snapconstruction.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Showers and thunderstorms expected today with a high of 84. Then tonight, more rain and storms possible with a low of 67. If your home is in need of a deep clean, give the cleaning pros at Zero Res a call. This month, get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $124 when you call 9520-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com and ask for the AM 950 special. This is AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Saturday.
Welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Natalie Stangler. She's a certified sound practitioner, end-of-life doula, and co-founder of Sanctuary Studio in Northfield, Minnesota. And she's sharing the transformative power of sound healing and the vital role that doulas play from birth to death. Now, those are separate things, and we're going to try and talk about that this segment here. But before we turn our conversation with Natalie, I want to mention this radio show is brought to you in part each week by Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, locally owned medical practice serving our Twin Cities communities with comprehensive end-of-life health care. The team at Minnesota Hospice provides patients and family members with award-winning end-of-life healthcare services. You may not be aware that hospice brings compassionate medical, social, emotional, and spiritual services to your home with typically no cost to you or your family. Please do not wait to learn how hospice care can benefit you and your loved ones. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support, please contact the compassionate team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. They are available to answer your questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Calls are answered by a registered nurse. Their phone number is 952-898-1022. Once again, 952-898-1022. Or visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. All right, let's return to our conversation with Natalie Stangler. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Natalie, how can our listeners contact you and your organization if they have questions or want more information?
Absolutely. You can email us, myself, at wonderstatestudio@gmail.com. Also, our Sanctuary Studio email is sanctuarynfld@gmail.com.
All right, fantastic. All right. We ended the segment last time, kind of got into some medical terms there, parasympathetic system, but it's important that people know that the work that you do does have health benefits.
Absolutely.
This is well documented. This is not something that's a mystery. It does have a lot of tremendous benefits to it to try to get your body to relax.
Yes.
And let's talk about maybe some of the benefits of sound baths so people can start to realize, wow, what this could maybe help me in my health journey.
Yes, absolutely. So sound baths definitely have a holistic healing approach. We're talking about on the mind, the body, and the spirit. So, of course, individual results may vary. The overall goal is to help balance the nervous system. It can reduce anxiety, improve sleep, which was definitely a big one for me.
Yeah.
It can help lower blood pressure. It can help induce complete relaxation and get you into those deep meditative states. Also, to activate higher states of consciousness. I've definitely been in a sound bath where I was able to connect with my intuition and almost, my higher self. Really, really incredible. So yes, there are many physical and mental health benefits of sound baths.
Yeah. And I think one of the nice things with you is that you've been on a journey over the last 10 years to achieve better health, and not just for yourself, but for your family.
Yes.
And now it's for your clients. So, I mean, you're really extending the things that you were trying to seek for yourself now
Absolutely.
to others, which is great. And I think it's always great to have people who have experienced some of the struggles that other people are trying to work through, knowing that you've done the same thing. That's why I encourage people to reach out to you. And just again, Northfield is not that far away, and it's a beautiful studio. And it's a great town, isn't it?
It is.
I mean,
we have 2 colleges, St. Olaf and Carleton College.
Right. No, and it's got great coffee shops. I mean, there's just so much there. So I encourage people to check that out. But let's keep talking about the services that are involved with your studio and the practice that you have.
Absolutely. So I'll talk a little bit about Sanctuary Studio. So it is a holistic healing space that was created by my sister Kat and I. So we are sisters, mothers, doulas, and third-generation entrepreneurs. My sister Kat, her business is Golden Hour Birth Services, and she is a full-spectrum prenatal and birth doula, as well as a childbirth educator. So that's what she really brings to the table at the studio, also discussing the beginning life cycle. And I am Natalie of Wonder State Studio, and I provide sound baths, Reiki, energy work, end-of-life doula support, as well as being a hospice volunteer. And our studio is rooted in the belief that every stage of life is sacred, and we offer care and support from birth to end of life, including those doula services, childbirth education, as I mentioned, Reiki sound baths, grief support, community circles, and more. And together we hold space for healing, transformation, and connection at every step of life's journey. So it is a very broad space for healing, but we want to keep it that way because there is a point in time in anyone's life. Like I was 26 when I had my spiritual awakening, if you will. There may be someone who is in their 50s who is navigating the loss of their parents or dealing with maybe a relationship change or a career change, and they feel stuck and they feel disconnected and they need support. We have space for you here at Sanctuary Studio. Maybe you are a birthing person who is about to give birth to their first child and they don't know what to expect. We have space for you at Sanctuary Studio and we can help you out. If you're someone who just got a diagnosis for a terminal illness and you are seeking some support and wanting to really enjoy your final days on earth, we definitely have a space for you at Sanctuary Studio.
And what's nice too is that you can bring the partner, the spouse, along with that journey, which is really nice. It's something you can do together, and it just brings you closer together, and it also just has such great benefits because now you're experiencing something that is transformative.
Yes.
And why not do that with someone that you love,
Of
someone
course.
that's supporting you, as family, friend, whatever that is. So, tell us a little bit. The sound baths are typically done in a group setting.
Yes, right now I am offering community sound baths. So they're sold by ticket for each individual. And I usually, keep it around 11 to 13 people. So it's a smaller, intimate group. So I can really provide that caring experience. I will be opening up in September one-on-one sound healing sessions as well as one-on-one Reiki sessions, because that is what is so needed. And I've had a lot of people come to my sound baths and are requesting that and are really seeking that. So that will be coming soon.
Yes.
And my sister Kat has also just, she's in the process of hosting a pregnancy circle. So she had her first one. It's a series of 3 different sessions and it's incredible. So I'm really excited for that to take off as well and see how, we both utilize the space in our own ways.
Right. What I think is nice, again, my experience being down there with several of our volunteers
Yes.
in the organization was that it is so relaxing. In fact, it's so interesting. When I went down there, it was a rainy day. And
Yes.
It was just kind of a nice just time to just relax, step out of things. And today we have a rainy day. So every time I
know, isn't that funny? I couldn't even put the chalkboard sign all the way out because it would get rained on.
Get washed out.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think what's nice is that people can just step into this. It's like $33, right? To have an hour.
Yes, for a 60-minute sound bath.
60-minute sound bath.
Yes.
Again, try it out. Do it. Again, bring a friend, bring a family member.
Yeah, or come by yourself.
Just come by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, but there'll be other people there.
Yes.
And it's a great experience. And then you can see, what it does for you. And you may have the same experience that you had when you first did it. But then you can look and say, well, maybe I want to pursue something a little bit more here, more personalized for me and where I'm at in my life.
Absolutely.
So I would encourage people to just, it's kind of nice you have that ability to do both group sessions and now next month, individual sessions.
Yes, we have our back room where the massage table is. We call that our energy room. And so what I would do is bring the bowls and the instruments sort of all around the massage table.
Sure.
And so you'd have a much closer, direct experience with the sound waves. And another thing that we were talking about is when you step into the studio and experience a sound bath or any of the services we have, it's like a digital detox because you are unplugging from the cell phones, from the constant pinging and notifications, and you're really able to ground into your body and relax your mind and feel safe and feel held at our studio.
I think people are going to be really curious here, and we only have a little bit of time in this current segment. We have one more segment left, but to talk about what is a singing bowl? What is the wand that you use? I mean, there's different makeups of the bowls and things. Maybe just to talk a little bit about that, because I'm sure people are struggling with, like I did initially.
Yeah.
What is a singing bowl?
I could geek out and talk about this for hours because there are a lot of different, materials and types and sort of focuses. But primarily the instruments that I use are frosted quartz singing bowls. They're also metal singing bowls, and they're also alchemy bowls that are infused with precious metals and gemstones. So those are kind of the majority of the options, and they are tuned to different frequencies. So I believe my set is tuned to 432 hertz. And then there are different mallets you can play. So you can tap the bowls and create sound, or you can
you can
go,
ring it.
yes,
Yeah.
or you can sing them, going around the perimeter of the bowl and get that really deep resonant sound. So that's a little bit about kind of how they work and how they operate. Now there is vibrational sound healing where you actually place like the metal bowls on the body.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
And I'm not specifically trained in that. I know some other practitioners out there are, and that's the beauty of this healing modality is everyone has their own unique gifts to bring to the table, different services, different instruments. And, it's really just embracing all the beauty that there is that everyone has to offer.
Yeah, and they're beautiful bowls.
Thank you.
I think you have a picture of it on your website.
Yes.
And I would encourage people to go to wonderstatestudio.com and because you got a picture of it there. You got a picture on your homepage, and these are big bowls. I mean, they're not like a cereal bowl,
right? They get heavy, and I can
substantial.
stack them together in a padded case, which is really nice. But it's my gongs, on the other hand, that are not very travel friendly.
True.
They live in the studio.
Well, and what's interesting from my experience is you have a whole bunch of different instruments.
Yes,
and you walk around.
I do. I love doing that.
So people can get a different vibration depending on where you're at and how you. I mean, it literally is amazing. You just have to experience it. All right, listen, up against the clock here, Natalie. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Natalie Stangler. And she is a certified sound practitioner, an end-of-life doula, and co-founder of Sanctuary Studio. And she is sharing today the transformative power of sound healing and, of course, the vital role that doulas play from birth to death. If you have a question for Natalie, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can text us your question at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you're listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Crooners is a classic supper club with a wide range of entertainment. Make your reservations for a parade of international, national, and local artists in the main stage showroom, the intimate Dunsmore Jazz Room, or outdoors at the seasonal Belvedere Under the Stars space. Or enjoy Maggie's Piano Lounge. Enjoy 4-star food and drinks with first-class supper club service. What are you waiting for? Go to croonersmn.com for more information and schedule. That's croonersmn.com.
Hi, this is Frank Brown of Minuteman Press Uptown with a question for our local leaders. How do you reward your employees? How do you appreciate your business partners? Thousands of local organizations just like yours count on Minuteman Uptown for promotional products. We craft custom awards and plaques. We print your logo on apparel, office supplies, and thousands of other items. Minuteman Uptown helps you reward employees and stay top of mind with customers and vendors. We print everything. Contact us today at mpuptown.com.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Summer is going fast, but Next Chapter Booksellers has everything you need to keep up with your summer reading. From the hottest new titles to timeless classics, Next Chapter Booksellers has something for any taste. Their friendly staff are great at making recommendations for the perfect summer read for you or your loved ones. Plus, Next Chapter Booksellers has a wide variety of puzzles and games for those rainy days. So keep up with your summer reading at Next Chapter Booksellers off Snelling and Grand in St. Paul. More at nextchapterbooksellers.com.
Turn to Auto Technical with your vehicle donation. We have families waiting for a car. You know, over 85% of unemployed are successful in finding and keeping a job if they have dependable transportation. A car plus a job equals a life changed. 612-919-5526. We have families waiting for a car. 919-5526 or autotech.org.
It's no secret that medical care costs are soaring, with nursing home and skilled nursing care costs being some of the highest. You don't have to deplete your savings in order to receive long-term care. At Schroman Law, we work with families to develop and implement strategic planning for medical assistance for long-term care, for assisted living, nursing home care, or home-based care. Contact us today to schedule a free consultation at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Natalie Stangler, certified sound practitioner, end-of-life doula, and co-founder of Sanctuary Studio in Northfield, Minnesota. And she's sharing the transformative power of sound healing and the vital role doulas play from birth to death. If you have a question for us, give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. All right, Natalie, one more time, how do people get a hold of you if they have questions or want more information?
Yes, absolutely. You can check out my website, wonderstatestudio.com. If you would like to email me, you can email me at wonderstate.studio@gmail.com. And then our studio, Sanctuary Studio, our email address is sanctuarynfld@gmail.com.
All right. And of course, people can listen to the podcast and get all that information. And we always have a great description that's associated with the podcast, the recording, and people can find that information there. All right. We've talked about doulas, but we haven't really explained what a doula is. So before we end the show here, I want to make sure we talk about doulas. What do they do?
Yes. So there are many different types of doulas out there. The most common, I would say, are prenatal and birth doulas, postpartum doulas, and end-of-life or death doulas. So my sister and I cover the beginning to end of the doula spectrum, where she is the prenatal, birth, postpartum doula, and I am the end-of-life death doula. So a doula provides emotional support, comfort care measures, education, and resources so that our clients can make informed decisions, knowing that we are by their side to advocate for them with dignity, grace, and compassion. Imagine going through some of the most transformative experiences of your life, and you're having to make all these decisions without really fully knowing what you're saying yes to or what you're saying no to. Well, we're here to walk alongside you and help support you through that. We're not here to make decisions for you. We're not here to, tell medical professionals what to do. We definitely stay in our lane. We are the ones providing the emotional support.
Right. And it's nice because you guys do this all the time. So it gives people the comfort to say, okay, if I had this option, well, explain the option to me.
Right.
People just don't stand up for themselves.
Yes.
They've lost their voice in many ways, and they don't gain it back sometimes till later in life. And so it's great to have somebody who is looking out for you.
Yeah. And we're also conditioned to just trust and believe, like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I guess I'll do that. And then the doulas are there to kind of whisper and be like, ask why, ask about the other options. I know there's other options, let's go there.
Well, because you guys see it.
Yes.
You see it for every instance. And a lot of times people may have 1 or 2 or 3 children. You guys have seen, Kat's seen, hundreds of children. I mean,
she's attended 100, I think over 100 births at this point.
Right. So you get a real sense of what can be done and what some of the benefits are of
Yes.
those things. So, okay, great. Got the doulas. Let's
Yes.
talk about who are your customers. Are these just 26-year-old people that are coming in that are burnt out from working too hard? Or what is your typical customer or client that you see in your studio?
Yeah. So at Sanctuary Studio, we have a diverse and heart-centered community spanning from all phases of life. So as you mentioned, from first-time birthing people seeking holistic prenatal care and birth education and doula support to individuals navigating grief or preparing for end of life, or simply looking to reconnect with themselves through sound healing, ritual, and community offerings. Many of our clients, I would say, are women or caregivers, typically nurturers by nature, who are drawn to restorative practices and soulful connection. And we do have this beautiful crossover. Someone may attend a sound bath for emotional healing and discover the doula offerings, or a client that's receiving end-of-life support may share their services with a family member who's preparing to give birth. So this intergenerational weaving is at the heart of what we do, and that's what makes us so unique. We're creating a circle of care that honors the full life human experience. And I can say from personal experience, my last sound bath, we had folks who were 27 all the way to 81. So just a huge, age difference, but everyone is coming there for the same sole reason. And the biggest theme was inner peace. They were needing some peace through all this chaos that is going on in the world.
Yeah. And we talked on the break. If people just turn off the TV, turn off the social media, you
unplug.
Really, and I think there's a FOMO. There's people just fear of missing out. Listen, folks, it's 24-hour news.
Yeah.
You can turn it on anytime and get the same story
right.
over and over
it's
and over
not going
again.
anywhere.
No, that's right. It just gets beat into people. And I think, my experience with you at your studio was, again, you intentionally say, I'm going to just not answer the phone, not going to answer that email, that text, the call, whatever.
Yes.
You got to put all your phones away.
It will be there for you when you're done.
That's right. You can check all your messages. But I think it was just great to see a bunch of other people and experience it as a group.
Yes.
And then to hear what their experiences were, that they actually said, wow, I stopped the ringing in my ears, or just some of the different experiences, because everyone has their own path and their own journey. And it was really kind of fascinating for me to hear how their experiences were for that hour that we had a sound bath.
Yes, there was one volunteer who mentioned, it's hard for me to relax, and was sitting in the zero gravity chair and was like, I almost fell asleep, and was also so curious to the point where they were like, I want to learn how to do this for, the patients that we're serving at Minnesota Hospice. And that was so beautiful for me. I'm like, we need to get a workshop together and, train some of the volunteers if they're interested in that. I am definitely open to that. I think that would be such a beautiful way to, continue to share this gift of healing and sound with folks in their end-of-life stages.
Well, no, I think in your vision for your studio and for your practice,
yes,
you want to at some point help educate other people.
Absolutely.
And become a learning center.
Yes.
That would be.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
That's in the dream.
Right. The entrepreneur. Yes. We only have like 40 seconds left here. Let's just remind people again how to get in contact with you if they have questions or want to look at. Right now, your next event is already sold out, so people need to go and look into that to see if they want to look at your next event. And you have more events coming up too, so people don't worry.
Yes, I do.
But they do sell out, and so because you want to keep it where it's very intimate and it's very comforting and relaxing.
Yes. Like you said, I do walk around and, offer different sound healing instruments. And so I try to keep it small. So you can check on my website at wonderstatestudio.com. I will have the community sound baths up. I will also, come September, have one-on-one sound healing and Reiki sessions up, as well as other community events. You can also email me at wonderstatestudio@gmail.com or sanctuarynfld@gmail.com.
All right, Natalie, thank you so much for being here. I want to thank Natalie Stangler, certified sound practitioner, end-of-life doula, and co-founder of Sanctuary Studios, for being here today. We hope you enjoyed today's show. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation. You can reach us anytime by voice or text at 612-999-3426. Join us again next Saturday at noon for another broadcast. And thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, please choose to live well.